Just as you brush your teeth or wash your face when you wake up in the morning to make yourself feel fresh and clean, yogic kriya or cleansing techniques are one of the greatest ways to start your day and your yoga practice to make you feel refreshed and rejuvenated. In today's class, we will be seeing Shwasana Marga Shuddhi kriya, which can be interpreted as the process of cleansing the passage of respiration. It is an energetic practice and can be equated with forceful sneezing. The components of energy, force, and sneeze work predominantly at activating the abdominal and respiratory organs. We have to use muscular force at the abdominal level to create the sneezing effect in the nasal passages. As a result, the abdominal region gets energized and hence deal with issues like sluggish blood flow to and in that area, indigestion, acidity, etc. Not only that, continuous forceful expulsions tone up your core as well as stimulate abdominal breathing, a very important component in our overall well-being. So let's explore this practice. In today's practice, you can begin by coming into any seated comfortable position. You can even sit on the chair for this practice. All you want to make sure is that your spine is upright throughout. If you notice you have some amount of congestion in your nostrils, I would recommend using tissue during your practice. You can assume any seated position. It is not very important as to whether you're sitting in lotus or regular cross-legged position, so whatever is comfortable to you, feel free to assume that. However, you want to make sure that your spine is upright. So you could also sit on a chair, but without slouching or rounding into your spine, keeping your spine upright, you sit with a straight back. Now in Shwasana Marg Shuddhi kriya, it's done in 3 parts. You first do it with your right nostril, then you do it with your left nostril, and then you do it with both. Usually we do approximately 28 to 30 strokes to begin with. However, over a period of time, you can increase your strokes once your lung capacity increases. The reason you start with shorter strokes is because sometimes you can start feeling breathless. Keeping your spine upright, what you want to make sure is that at no point do you do head banging just because you're breathing out forcefully. In Shwasana Marg Shuddhi, your exhalation is active and your inhalation is passive. What it means is that all you have to focus consciously is on breathing out forcefully, whereas your body in between those exhalations will inhale on its own. So we start with 30 strokes today on the right side, then left, and then with both our nostrils. With my spine upright, just to draw my awareness to the breaths, I first gently drop my eyelids, finding stillness in your posture. Slowly start to observe the flow of your breaths in and out of the body. At this point, you can start to notice what is the quality of your breaths. If your breaths are long or short, if they are soft or forceful, if your breaths are deep or shallow. Simply being aware of the quality of your breaths. So to start our practice today, I'll take my right hand close to my right nostril. Now there are a few things to keep in mind here. First thing is that you don't move your torso when you're exhaling. And similarly, you don't frown when you're doing that. Often I notice among students is whenever they're breathing out forcefully, suddenly everything in their face starts to contract. So work on relaxing that completely and simply focus on your breaths. The third important thing, which is a very, very common thing I get to see, is when the body starts to get tired, instead of breathing out from the nostrils, people start breathing out from the mouth. So that is something that you want to keep in mind not to do. So one thing is that you're not moving your torso. Second, you're not making any sort of facial expressions. And third, you're not breathing in or out through your mouth, and you're only focusing on your nostril breathing. So let's begin. Taking my tissue in front of my left nostril, I start by taking my hand close to the right nostril. Now, the reason you want to make sure that your forearm is parallel is, similarly even with the tissue, if there is any mucus coming out, you want to make sure that it does not land on your tissue or onto the mat. So just for that reason, you keep your forearm parallel and not drop it under your nostril. And same thing with your tissue, you hold it close to your nostril. So I'll first take a deep breath in, then I'll breathe out, then again I'll breathe in, and then I'll start with my strokes. So I inhale, exhale, inhale, and then slowly release. At this point, if you have any mucus coming out, feel free to just blow your nose, wipe your nostril, and then straight away go into the other side. So again, taking my thumb in front of my left nostril this time and holding the tissue in front of right. I first take a deep breath in, deep breath out. I close, I inhale, and slowly release. Once you finish doing both your nostrils, that's when you want to make sure that both your nostrils are clear at this point. So you do with both your nostrils. So again, sitting with your spine upright. I inhale. And release. So make sure that you practice Shwasana Marg Shuddhi, preferably first thing in the morning, just to make sure that all your nostrils are cleared before you go into your yoga practice. If you've liked this video, kindly like and subscribe to this channel and leave your comments in the section below. Thank you.